Today we celebrate St. John Paul II. Open wide the doors to Christ, urged John Paul II during the homily at the Mass where he was installed as Pope in 1978. Born in Wadowice, Poland, Karol Józef Wojtyła had lost his mother, father, and older brother before his 21st birthday. Karol's promising academic career at Krakow's Jagiellonian University was cut short by the outbreak of World War II. While working in a quarry and a chemical factory, he enrolled in an underground seminary in Krakow. Ordained in 1946, he was immediately sent to Rome, where he earned a doctorate in theology. Back in Poland, a short assignment as assistant pastor in a rural parish preceded his very fruitful chaplaincy for university students. Soon, Father Wojtyła earned a doctorate in philosophy and began teaching that subject at Poland's University of Lublin. Communist officials allowed Wojtyła to be appointed auxiliary bishop of Krakow in 1958, considering him a relatively harmless intellectual. They could not have been more wrong. Bishop Wojtyła attended all 4 sessions of Vatican II and contributed especially to its pastoral constitution on the Church in the modern world. Appointed as Archbishop of Krakow in 1964, he was named a cardinal 3 years later. Elected Pope in October 1978, he took the name of his short-lived immediate predecessor. Pope John Paul II was the first non-Italian pope in 455 years. In time, he made pastoral visits to 124 countries, including several with small Christian populations. John Paul II promoted ecumenical and interfaith initiatives, especially the 1986 Day of Prayer for World Peace in Assisi. He visited Rome's main synagogue and the Western Wall in Jerusalem. He also established diplomatic relations between the Holy See and Israel. He improved Catholic-Muslim relations and in 2001 visited a mosque in Damascus, Syria. The Great Jubilee of the year 2000, a key event in John Paul's ministry, was marked by special celebrations in Rome and elsewhere for Catholics and other Christians. Relations with the Orthodox churches improved considerably during his papacy. Christ as the center of the universe and of human history was the opening line of John Paul II's 1979 encyclical, Redeemer of the Human Race. In 1995, he describes himself to the United Nations General Assembly as a witness to hope. His 1979 visit to Poland encouraged the growth of the Solidarity movement there and the collapse of communism in Central and Eastern Europe 10 years later. John Paul II began World Youth Day and traveled to several countries for those celebrations. He very much wanted to visit China and the Soviet Union, but the governments in those countries prevented that. One of the most well-remembered photos of John Paul II's pontificate was his one-on-one conversation in 1983 with Mehmet Ali Agca, who had attempted to assassinate him 2 years later. In his 27 years of papal ministry, John Paul II wrote 14 encyclicals and 5 books, canonized 482 saints, and beatified 1,338 people. In the last years of his life, he suffered from Parkinson's disease and was forced to cut back on some of his activities. Pope Benedict XVI beatified John Paul II in 2011, and Pope Francis canonized him in 2014. Pope John Paul II. I met him many a time. God bless him.